from live.
Oh, okay.
So we need not to bother about the number of participants here, but it's going to the world.
Okay.
Anybody can hear anytime also.
Okay.
Friends, very good morning. On behalf
Main
of Dr.
component
B.R.
is screen
Ambedkar Open
కనపడట్లేదు
University,
ఇక్కడ
Institutions Innovation Council of Dr. B.R. Louis, and my on behalf, I welcome you all to this lecture on ecosystem restoration and sustainability being conducted by IIC Dr. B.R. OU, Faculty of Commerce and Business Management, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad. One second. Voice. Yeah. So as per the guidelines of the AICTE, Already for Education, BR University has established IIC, BRE, and so far we have conducted 2 programs, and this is being third one, ecosystem restoration and sustainability, for which we have invited one resource person, Dr. Indira Das, Center for Research and Environment and Sustainable Technologies, Hyderabad, to speak on this occasion. I have my colleagues from the Faculty of Commerce and Business Management, Professor Y.S. Kiranmai, Dr. Rabindranath Solomon, Dr. Radha Krishna, and other friends, including Professor Madhuri, Dean, Faculty of Arts and Department of English, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University. I welcome our speaker, Dr. Indira Das, for this lecture. And friends, we all of us know how this Environment Day we celebrate, and on June every year, we celebrate World Environment Day. But due to certain technical reasons, we could not conduct on the day of 5th June. And now we are celebrating from our university. So to start with, I say one quote of my own to begin with: we cannot simply deliver happiness, but we have power to deliver happiness, create or cultivate happiness. I repeat, we cannot simply deliver happiness, but we have the capacity or power to cultivate happiness. So this is possible by particular adopting ecosystem, and it calls for collection of actions, policy support, and innovative solutions to heal the planet and create a sustainable culture. So when we do this, we can feel that we have some power to cultivate happiness. So with these few words, I'll start this program and hand it over to my speaker, today's speaker. And friends, we all of us know ecosystem restoration and sustainable is the pivotal theme for World Environment Day, which is, receives a lot of importance. And we all of us know ecosystem restoration is nothing but reordering or restoring or reversing the damage caused to the to natural habitats by human activities, such as deforestation, pollution, and we all of us know urbanization. I call it DCP. So when we follow all these principles of environment, definitely we can have the power to cultivate happiness. So it is in this context, I also thank all the authorities of the B.R. Ambedkar Open University for allowing us and their support and cooperation for conducting these events and activities at BRAOU Hyderabad through IIC at Faculty of Commerce and Business Management. So we have our program coordinator for this session, Dr. Professor Madhuri, Dean Faculty of Arts, and also speaker, Dr. Indira Das M from Hyderabad. So in this context, it is my privilege to invite a speaker and introduce the speaker to this session by Professor Madhuri, KK Madhuri, Dean Faculty of Arts. Now I request Dr. Madhuri to introduce the today's speaker.
A very good afternoon. Am I audible to everyone? Yes, I can see your message.
Yes.
Thank you. It gives me immense pleasure. Good afternoon, dear students, scholars, faculty, and academicians. It's our pleasure to introduce our eminent resource person today for this webinar. Dr. Indira Das is a seasoned climate consultant and life skills coach with over 20 years of diverse experience in environmental education, sustainability, and social justice. Her extensive background snaps various roles in academia as a professor and with government sector as well as a project officer and project manager. She was a trainer in an NGO as well as a resource person and consultant in the corporate sector as a public relation officer. She was also a team manager and event organizer on par with an extension activities of education. Dr. Indira specializes in climate change awareness, life skill training, and project management. She holds a PhD in Women and Environmental Issues, an MA in Public Administration and Management, and an MSc in Environmental Science, compelled by numerous certificates in life skill trainings. Environmental education, counseling, and project management is her forte. Known for her excellent communication, interpersonal skills, and leadership abilities, she effectively develops and delivers training programs and manages projects and empowers the teams in general. Dr. Indira is a highly qualified and experienced professional with a passion for environmental protection and social justice. Her diverse skills and experience made her a valuable asset to any organization working on sustainable initiatives. We welcome Dr. Indira on behalf of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, IIC. Over to Dr. Indira. Thank you, ma'am. Maybe it is giving a echo.
Then how do I speak then?
Okay.
Who will operate my PPT?
No, don't worry, no. You just go on extempore.
This is just jumped. It's actually it's okay. It's okay. And go unmute. It is. Yeah. It's unmute now. This is. Good evening, everyone, dear students, dear past participants, all various forms of subjects. I'm happy and I'm really glad to address to you on why this thing is not coming. Oh, 1 second. Okay, today topic we have ecosystem restoration and sustainability. What is ecosystem actually? If we understand, it's a community of living organism with non-living environment. What is living organism? What is non-living environment? And ecosystem comes interacting with each other. That is from living and non-living. What are all these non-living components comes and living component comes? Let's understand. Yeah, sorry. So the definition of ecosystem is the living community of plants and animals in any area you see, together with the non-living components of the environment, such as soil, air, and water, constitute the ecosystem. I repeat again. Let us understand first the definition, then the other slides easily understood. The living community of plants and animals in any area, together with the non-living components of the environment, that is soil, air, and water, constitute the ecosystem. Then why are we talking about ecosystem is important when they are interacting each other? What is happening there? That is what today we are going to learn about it. Dear participant, let us understand there are biotic components and abiotic components in any ecosystem. Biotic components comprises producers. You might have already studied when you are very small in school. What is producers, consumers, tertiary, primary, secondary, and all. These are all will come under living components that we call as biotic components. Abiotic, which are comes air, soil, sunlight, and water. So this is the structure of the ecosystem that you are seeing in the slide right now. But it's a framework of living world is called ecosystem. Frame of the living world is called ecosystem. The meaning, if we can understand, it is consist of biological environment, that is biotic and abiotic components in any area together interacting. Is there any interaction are we noticing in any ecosystem? If there is no interaction, that is dead. That is not alive. So we need to understand in any ecosystem, the interaction is very, very important with the biotic and abiotic. If there is any loss in any component, then everything will collapse. That's why I would like to say there is a word called climate collapse. Being a climate consultant, I come forward to you to remember or stress this word, to stamp in your mind, climate collapse. What am I saying in this? Let us understand, sensitize on this word climate collapse. When there is imbalance in this ecosystem, then you will see definitely a climate collapse today. So example I would like to give, the air covered environment is suitable for birds. If that is the example, are we noticing any birds flying, birds singing, chirping, we will say? Are we listening all these things? Where are they? Once upon a time, we understand even for our forefathers or our cultural environment or our villages, you will see a lot of birds. But where are they? In cities, you don't even see a single bird. So air is covered environment is suitable for birds. What is happening? And water is suitable for fish and aquatic plants. Are we noticing it? So if you see in Hyderabad, there is one lake called Tang Bund Hussain Sagar. Once upon a time, that Hussain Sagar was constructed for a drinking purpose. There were so many fish. Now, not even a single fish you will see today, completely polluted. What are the reasons? That we will speak later or keep it aside. And the third example I'm giving, vegetation maintain their leaves on land or in water. This is what the meaning of ecosystem we are seeing. And ecosystem consists of structural aspects and also functional aspects. So if we understand ecosystem, what is ecosystem, then we will be able to restore it now. Then structural aspects, if we see, there is a physical and chemical component of abiotic and then biotic autotrophs. And I'm really not going deep into scientific matter, but in general to understand what exactly ecosystem we will see. And functional aspects, we will see food chain. You might have heard what is a food chain. So today we will also see some of the slides on food web and how the energy flow may not be really, we are not concentrating how the energy flows in an ecosystem. How the producers, the plants are the producers, how they prepare the food, how the plants are eaten by the other animals, and how we are taking both plants and animals, how we get strength. So that we will see in further. This is structural aspects. Here I'm showing slide like components that make up the structural aspects is you will see inorganic aspects, that is carbon, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water, and organic compounds. We will see protein. So ecosystem where the food actually, we'll get the food from the ecosystem. That plants, how they prepare the food for you and me from the sunlight during the process of the photosynthesis. How this is happening, we are not really aware of all this literally, but the moment that we see the food on the table, on the plate, so we just eat, it's the food we eat. Do we anytime realize that how that food is made? You know, how the plants are preparing the food for you and me. Everywhere you are seeing plants and trees, everywhere. Do you know how much they work for us in an ecosystem? But are we giving any support to that ecosystem to work? And that's why we're seeing a lot of imbalance in the, ecosystem. Then we are all going no health at all. So we need to understand climate regime and the temperature, moisture, light, and you are seeing here, and produce our plants, macro consumers, micro homes. Who are all these things? Let's see that. So the functional aspects, we will see energy cycles. I'm not going to talk the cycles here, but I'll be just showing how the energy flow in an ecosystem, energy pyramid in an ecosystem. We will see how it works with the energy cycles, water cycle and the nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, many other cycles, and food chains also I will see. And hope you all know what is a food chain, what is food web also. And it's a diversity interlinkages between organisms. If you are not understanding that, that chain disturbs anywhere, and everything is collapsed. That's why we are seeing even the tigers are coming into the living place habitats. They are leaving them. They're not finding the food because there are no deers to eat. So how are we meeting all this imbalance? Why are they coming? Snakes are coming into houses, it seems. So why? What are we doing? And we are killing the snake when we see, and we are not supposed to kill any snake at all. Actually, snake name is Friends of Farmers. How many of you know this? Friends of Farmers. Snakes are friends of farmers. Yes, it is true. But the moment we see the snake, we kill it. No, that is very, very not a social justice, not a climate justice at all. We need to leave them. Are we allowing them to live as they are? So we are breaking the food chain. So this is how the ecosystem disturbs. And finally, we are facing a lot of climate change, global warming, and many abnormal seasonal, rains or heavy heat that we are and nutrient cycles we will also learn, and what is the evolution we will see. Can you see this picture of one of the ecosystem, how it happens? Dead rewards, you see, producers are plants, then we'll see a primary consumer. You're seeing the diagram there, and secondary consumers. How this is how works in the food chain. But are we really allowing it to happen? No, not at all. Then how the birds you will see, and how the birds drop the seeds and automatically come the roots. When you see the energy flow here, an ecosystem has several interrelated mechanisms that affect human life. So it is you and me allowing ourselves to ill impact actually, because we are damaging the cycles. So these are the water cycle, carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, and not nitrogen cycle. That's how we are. While every ecosystem is controlled by these cycles, in each ecosystem, its abiotic and biotic features are distinct from each other. We will also see here in this slide, you will see very nice. There you will see sun there. There's a solar energy, and then how this energy flow within an ecosystem happens. We'll get a chemical energy, and then it goes to primary consumer to secondary consumer. Then finally decomposers. Decomposers also produce the heat. And how it's vice versa, organic waste, organic manure, we will do it. Hope you heard about what is organic manure. And with the, worms. Okay, vermicompost. Then overall structure, if we understand, energy is transferred into and out of ecosystem via web of complex interaction. Now you should understand, you and me want to get energy. Boost is the secret of my energy, you may say, right? Then, but how it is made up of the energy? How do you get the energy? How do you fight? How do you eat? How do you work? How do you really, put efforts for any work? We need strength, right? We need energy. Then where this energy comes? Do we ever thought of it? So that is happens from the ecosystem. So it is web of complex interaction. Energy enters in ecosystem actually through sun and through photosynthesis from external sources. That's what it says. Moves throughout its components. Instance, energy from the sun flows through plants, then microorganisms, and then animals. We eat plants and animals, fruits, and many things. So do we understand how these are made? The fruits or plants or animals, it is because of the energy, and that also transferred from the sun, external forces. Can you see this here again? One picture of food chain. You will see a producer, primary consumer, and secondary and tertiary and final consumer. You see this energy cycles in an ecosystem end with decomposition. Anyone decomposes, and then process begins anew. When it decomposes, the process begins the new. Essentially, the flow of energy we need to understand through ecosystems can be explained by who eats what. So in any web, any food chain, you see who eats what. Just now we have seen the food chain. What eats what? The plants eaten by what? And then the other animal, then grasshopper, then what is what? A rat or snake or something, again deer, then you will see a web also now. So the flow of energy comes and explained who eats what. That's what we call it as a food chain or food web. This happens only in the ecosystem. Keep it in mind, however, the energy transfer is not perfectly efficient, much it dissipates, actually heat at various phases of the cycle. This is another figure. I just copied, we call it as a energy pyramid. This is how we need to understand producers, then eaten by the primary, secondary consumers, and tertiary. That's how the energy and nutrient levels come. So the energy flows takes place in the food chain and food. During this process, you know what happens? Plants being the producers. We need to understand plants are the producers, absorb sunlight with the help of the chloroplast. And a part of it's transformed into chemical energy. So this is how, yeah, here you can see food web here. You can see plenty of things. There's a green plant which we call it as producers, and mouse, and then goat and rabbit, and then a wildcat, owl, snack, and kite, and finally lion. You will also see, suppose you eat goat also, and chicken also you can keep, or some other. Even if we see in the aquatic ecosystem, you will see the prawns or fishes, small and big. This is nothing but a food web. And who eats what? That is vegetarians also. And energy flow in an ecosystem, we need to understand one of the major factor that support the survival of anyone. So if this energy flow disturbs in an ecosystem, understand, then I don't know whether I can talk to you now or not. Do you know all artificial has come? Even eggs also, plastic eggs, it seems. Rice also like that, it seems. So what are we going to do? What are we eating? And chicken also completely made up of not original. That's why I don't advise or suggest anyone to have chicken that is made up of in the poultry with heat and artificial. So go for, if you want to eat chicken, you go for country chicken, like that, natural. So everything is, where are we going? Actually, are you aware? Are we aware of this thing? How much are we sensitized on these issues on ecosystem, and how we are really educating our friends on this, encouraging one another, transferring our knowledge to friends, first of all. Hey, don't do that. Don't do this, do this. So do you know what is ecosystem actually? So we need to understand what is it about. So we will also see the types of ecosystems here: forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, desert ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. We will see some of the pictures. By seeing the pictures, you will understand what do we mean actually forest ecosystem. Actually, forest ecosystem is a natural woodland unit. natural woodland unit. When I speak about forest, no gardener is there in the forest. Then how it is developed? How the plants are developed really? It's growing when there is no gardener. No one is there watering every day. No one is pruning it everyone. No one is taking away the weeds or something. Then how it is maintained? That is how I believe on creation. And most of the scientists may talk more on evolution. No, the world is on on creation. How this creation really works its own. You know what? Then birds, it eats fruits or something. Then through excreta it leaves the seeds. Then it takes automatically. And when rain comes, because of the moisture, because of the porous condition in the forest, it absorbs plenty number of water. It stores in the ground the whole year. It is enough for the plant. That's why you see the dense forest, so much of green. And also the forest, we call it as a carbon sink, carbon capturing. So forest helps us a lot even to get the rains too. So we need to understand it's a woodland unit consisting of all plants and animals, biotic and abiotic also. And types in this forest ecosystem, again we have learned there are types of ecosystem: forest, grassland, desert and aquid. Under forest ecosystem, we will see again divided into tropical rainforest, tropical season forest, and temperate evergreen forest. What is that tropical rainforest? You will see here, it is dense in nature, right? This is tropical rainforest, where here you will see some light, sunlight comes. It's a tropical seasonal forest. Then this one, temperate evergreen deciduous, though there is a sun and you will also see the ice thing. So under forest, you will see these three kinds of a forest ecosystem. And what is grassland ecosystem? If you understand grassland ecosystem, is collection of plants and animals, microorganisms that live within the environment, but where the grasses are the primary form of vegetation. You will see the grass as the primary form of vegetation. Then we are calling it as a grassland ecosystem. Under grassland ecosystem, there is again two types, and that is tropical grasslands. That means tropical grasslands are warm all over year round with established rainy and dry season. It's warm. And whereas temperate grasslands have two seasons, growing and dormant. Do you know what do you mean dormant also? One is a growing season, one is a dormant season. During dormant season, no grass or crops grow because it's too cold. So this is how we understand from grassland ecosystem, tropical and temperate grassland types. So this is the example of grassland ecosystem where primary form is the vegetation is the grassland. Third one I would like to bring to you as desert ecosystem. Under ecosystem, I would like to say how this word has come. Even I'll be touching now on World Environment Day theme. It is desertification. It is come. What do you mean desertification? Okay, so desert ecosystem, generally in Latin, the word has come from Latin word desertus. Desertus means waste, wasteland, or something that has been left. For this, we get English words, such as desert or deserted. We will read in the newspaper, oh, that man, that girl, after living 5 years friendship, but that man deserted that girl, or that girl deserted that man. This left. So that is how this something that has been left. So it has come from the Latin word desertus, that also means waste, wasteland. No vegetation is there. A desert ecosystem is a community of organisms that live together in an environment that seems to be deserted, wasteland. We will see in a desert ecosystem, again, there are three types. So listen carefully. There are hard deserts, there are cold deserts, and then ice deserts. Do you find any difference between cold and ice desert? So both are looking same, cold and ice, but it is categorized into cold and ice deserts, right? So we'll see what do you mean that? Deserts and semi-arid areas are located in Western India and the Deccan Plateau. Hyderabad, Telangana, most of the areas in Hyderabad is a Deccan Plateau. What do you mean this? And this comes under semi-arid areas. There is one organization called ICRISAD, which are working on semi-arid, food agriculture. And the climate in these vast tracts are extremely dry. And you'll also listen if you are all coming from Telangana or something. You also Andhra Pradesh. You also heard Rayalaseema area. So most of the Rayalaseema, you will see dryland agriculture, right? Dryland area. So we are promoting dryland crops because we have most of the areas of Deccan Plateau. So there are also cold deserts such as in Ladakh, which are located in the high plateau of Himalayas. So they're called cold deserts. So you see some of the desert area ecosystem here. You have insects and lizard here, then snakes and scorpion, then hawk and frog. So this desert area ecosystem you are seeing. Then the most typical desert landscape that is seen in Rajasthan is in the Thar Desert. This has sand dunes. So you can understand a lot of sand there, and it is again we call it as a desert ecosystem. There are also areas covered with grass and few shrubs which grow if it rains. And in most area of the Thar, rainfall is scanty and sporadic. What do you mean that? So it may rain only once in very few years. Not every year that we have regularly have rainy season. Then the semi-arid tract vegetation consists of few shrubs only and thorny trees such as care and bubble. Thorny in the sense you will also hear some ficus plants, like that. Somebody is on. Can you unmute your mic, please? And aquatic ecosystem, as I was saying, there are again under aquatic ecosystem, there are again so many types. Ponds ecosystem, I think lakes ecosystem, rivers ecosystem, ocean ecosystem, estuaries ecosystem. Okay, these are the types. Estuaries is in between the river and the ocean. Okay, it refers capable of what do we understand sustainable ecosystem? Please understand this is a slide. This ecosystem, sustainable ecosystem means capable of withstanding pressure, and giving support to a variety of organisms. So we need to understand the ecosystem should be a sustainable one. It should have its own capability. Though you throw one stone, or you go and clean your lorry or something, or you go for any natural call there. So it should be able to capable of withstanding that outside pressures that you wash your clothes and all. So this is how the sustainability. So we are spoiling ecosystem, but are we ready to give that support to the variety of organisms to grow in this thing? Now comes. So after the ecosystem, understanding this much ecosystem, we need to understand what is restoration. We need to restore this ecosystem. So now all of you, dear participants, you understood the importance of ecosystem. What is ecosystem? See, today you are eating variety of food. And today you are very energetic. It is because of the ecosystem. It is because of the food you are getting. It is because of the energy flow that is getting that we are noticing in the ecosystem. So that much importance of the ecosystem to be restored. So we need to understand United Nations declared this decade, that is 2021 to 2030, the decade means 10 years, United Nations declared, launched as education on ecosystem restoration. So this 10 years, we need to work on this. How do we educate everyone on ecosystem restoration? So now we have understood what are the various kinds of ecosystem, what is the energy flow, what is the energy cycle, and then ecosystem pyramid we have seen. We have seen many other food webs and functional and structural aspects we have seen. What are abiotic and biotic components we have seen, how they interact within any area and functioning well and supporting one another and not disturbing imbalance of the food chain and food web. We understood now. Now we'll come to restoring this ecosystem. The act of bringing something back to its original and usable and functional condition is called restoration. Are we noticing when we are traveling in any village, you will see complete all the rivers and lakes are polluted. You will not find any fish, or even suppose I would like to ask you, mm, what do you call turtles? Turtles, tortoise are not alive there. You know what? The prey of the tortoise or turtles are the larvae of mosquitoes. Why are we suffering with mosquitoes? We pollute the complete lakes and rivers, and we don't allow any aquatic creature to live there, where they help us actually. Eating of all the larvae of mosquitoes. And no turtles and no tortoise, and now we are seeing plenty of mosquitoes, and we use tortoise coil, right? So let us understand how can we restore it. For example, Hussain Sagar, how can we restore it? We have gone beyond. So I request, if there is any pond nearby your village or nearby your house, any pond, any water body, can we look at that water body in the aquatic creature? If we see that aquatic ecosystem, can we look at that, how much it is polluted and smelling? We are allowing all industrial polluted water and all. Can we restore it back? How can we do it? We need to come together. We need to collaborate each other. We need to work with the Gram Panchayat. We need to work with Panchayat Raj. We need to work with local, community elders, and then we can restore it one by one. Not only the aquatic, lake or rivers, ponds, or everything can we bring it again to the restoration. Let us stop cutting the trees. So you want to build a house, right? You want to build a house. To build a house, a wonderful oxygen giving plants, you will cut it off simply without mindless, without any sensitization, without anything. So today is the day for everyone, those who are participating in this. Please never ever, kill any plant or a tree. Otherwise, again, the pandemic comes and we need to buy the oxygen. Naturally, the plants and trees takes away the carbon dioxide from you and me and gives us oxygen. Are we realizing it? Are we realizing how much we are not at all mindful of our life at all? We are not mindful at all. So today, that's why in one of the paper that I have published, mindfulness leads to sustainability, sustainable lifestyle. For the sustainable future, if you want to see, mindfulness is very important. So restoration is, we need to understand a lot. Ecology is nothing but the study of ecosystem. Everyone talks about what is ecology, environment and ecology. What is ecology? It's nothing. Ecology is nothing but study of ecosystem. I felt like putting that. So this is what I'm talking about. Oh, the slide is here already. Sorry. Ecosystem restoration. United Nations launched a decade of education on ecosystem restoration. That is between 2021 to 2030. And shall we understand the benefits of restoration? It will reverse the biodiversity loss. By the way, what is biodiversity again? Do I have time to speak what is biodiversity? Bio means life. For the students, when I speak in college, I'll tell, you might have heard biodata. Biodata is nothing but life data. That's it. Biodiversity. Diversity is various forms of life. That is plants and animals, various forms of life. So biodiversity loss. We are not seeing any biodiversity nowadays. Only one variety of plants you see, you will, because you want only one variety of vegetables, only one variety of non-vegetarian, only chicken. Then where is it diversified? There is no balanced food we are taking. Then we will come, then we have to take multivitamin, because of there is no balanced food. You like only potato, so you always want potato from your mother. So you want, mummy, potato kura chahi. That's it. You like it. So where is that balanced food that we are eating? That biodiversity. God created wonderful, many wonders, thousands of variety of food there. The statistics speaks, or data gives us 95% of the varieties we are not using. Only 5% of the varieties. The whole world is using rice, potato, chicken. That's it. These are the options. So can we reverse this biodiversity loss? It is lost. no plants, no animals, no various different animals. And someday, suddenly we will see a different bird in our house. And it is not still extinct. So we are the major contributors for ill effects of nature. Human beings are the major contributors of ill impact of the biodiversity loss. Shall we realize today and take some kind of a oath, understanding to restore this ecosystem, which is really energy giving and supporting climate change, mitigation and adaptation. I'm not going into what is mitigation and adaptation, and increasing societal well-being. So benefits of restoration also talks on increasing of societal well-being. So you will see most of the people are obesity, most of the people are different kinds of diseases are suffering. Hospitals are increasing like anything. Every street you will see a medical shops. Why? Why there is no good health? So as far as you're seeing, listening to me, I don't want to take a single tablet, even paracetamol, I don't take. Do you mean that cold and cough and fever? No, nothing comes in our house actually. All in my children, my husband. How are we maintaining? Can we take the natural medicine, natural home medicine, kitchen medicine? Can we use it? Immediately we'll go to the thing and we eat off the tablets. So can we, by eating various kinds of food, by restoring back the ecosystem, shall we eat healthy food? And you are seeing hybrid variety of fruits, seedless things you are eating. No, this is all too much. And then all, pesticides grown, vegetables, pesticides grown fruits. There is no seed. Today, I did cut one of the papaya. I saw only one seed in it. I feel so, hurt. But yesterday or day before, I had another papaya full of seeds there. So you're looking for a seedless grapes. Where are we going? That's why some of the environmentalists, my friends speaks, we group of community of environmentalists, we speak, and tomorrow we are seeing seedless people also. And that is childless couples and infertility centers are coming up. My dear participants, I don't know how many of you are here. I'm really inviting you all to think, focus on what is ecosystem, how our life to be restored with the well-being. So I call it as a societal justice, you speak on, but I call it climate justice. So climate change is infinite. You know what is infinite? Infinite is nothing but immeasurable. The climate is horrible. Suddenly you will get rain, suddenly get horrible, heat, the temperature increasing, you can't withstand. And to stop that heat, we use ACs. All the time ACs, though the temperature is very cool, there we use ACs. Are we mindful what we are living actually? And the moment from here we go out, we become sick. When we go to the outside world, we become sick. So we need to understand the benefits of restoration of the ecosystem. We need to understand.
Madam, 5 years.
Anyone talking to me? So this is also including gender equality. This is another topic that I can cover next time. Restoration ecology, it's restore the health of the people and also of the planet. Healing of the people and healing of the planet. Can we support? Shall we all come together, raise our voice? And one of the United Nations, World Environment Day theme they gave, raise your voice, not the sea level. Because sea level is rising, right? Because of the temperature, the ice is melting and sea level is rising. So they gave that particular year, I don't remember the year, that particular year, United Nations announced, raise your voice, not the sea level. Shall we raise our voice to restore the health with integrity? How many of us are living with integrity? Let us stop living fake life. Let us stop eating fake things. Let us eat good and qualitative life, qualitative food, and the sustainability of ecosystems that have been degraded by human activities. Let us agree. Let us accept, because of the human activities, actually the degradations, pollution happened. We need to 100%, every one of us, we need to accept and realize and then come back for the restoration of the ecosystem. Then ecosystem restoration can take many forms. Growing trees, start growing trees, and Telangana government is really, I mean, now also lot of plantation that we are doing, and greening cities, rewilding gardens, or cleaning up rivers. And last thing, this is the generation that can make peace with nature. So I love and talking to the students of the present generation. You or the people can make the difference. So let us make peace with the nature. Do not ill-treat, mistreat any natural resource. I would like to say, I use that word, are we misusing, ill-treating, or overusing the natural resource? Yes, we are overusing the natural resource, wasting of water. So mistreating and overusing, misuse and overuse. Let us remember, ecosystems support all life on earth. All life on earth. So the healthier our ecosystem are, the healthier the planet and its people. So today, let us get literates on this ecosystem literates. Let us get this wisdom and the knowledge. What is ecosystem? The importance of ecosystem, the energy that we are living right now. Healthy people and healthy planet. And the UN decade on ecosystem restoration, actually it aims to prevent. Let us start prevent. From 2021 to 2030, the United Nations gave an opportunity for everyone, a platform to really restore, educating everyone on ecosystem restoration. It aims preventing it, stop, and then reverse the degradation of ecosystem on every continent and every ocean. It can help to end poverty. Why again suddenly has come to end poverty? I'll try to cover it when the sustainability topic comes now. So I'll try to come and cover there. Why it is talking about end poverty? You know what? Even the ecosystem and the environment also leads to environment degradation, land degradation, allowing countries are living in poverty. So it can help end poverty when the people started, raising good agriculture, good farms, good food, then combat climate change and prevent a mass extinction. I would like to say, what do you mean mass extinction? Once upon a time, we have seen dinosaurs, right? Where are they? We see only in the movie like Jurassic Park, right? So we see those things. Once upon a time, there were this much big creature. Where are they now? So this is what I'm telling. Climate collapse happens. Next is going to be mass extinction. That mass extinction is going to be included you and me completely collapse. The earth is going to be collapsed if we are really not putting efforts to restore the ecosystem back. So we need to understand complete suddenly collapse. I thought actually during a pandemic, everything will go off, but it is a God's grace that we are alive now. But if the climate, if the temperature increases because of the human activity, that is you and me, usage of plenty of plastic, in spite of telling, in spite of announcing, in spite of educating, in spite of making many programs, also still we are using the plastics in our life. Then what methods we can come out? So let us understand, let us be mindful what we are living. So not only the plastic and usage of water, we just open the taps. If you find a leakage tap, how many of us really take an immediate step to change the tap? It's leaking, not one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, years it's gone leak. No one is, see, one single drop or one slight, leakage, it leads to many buckets of water. If it is 1 year, many, liters of waters, thousands of liters of water from one tap. Imagine how many taps in one university like Ambedkar University or Andhra University or Usmania University, how many taps are leaking? How many days? One university, one college, one school, one house. Now imagine how many houses are leaking, how many universities, how many colleges, how many how many offices are having leakage tabs? Imagine the entire India, how many leakage tabs. So let us understand, stop it, reverse it, let us change, prevent it. So this is how we are misusing, overusing, and it will only succeed if everyone plays a part. Everyone. It is not only the some person, only pure will come and switch off the fan and light. No, no, no. Only the Aya will come and do it. The moment we go out of the room, office room, bedroom, or any other room where we are, and switch box you will find near the door only. Shall we have a habit of switching it off when it is not necessary? Even the computer is on the monitor. That also consumption happens. So every small area also, if we started changing our attitudes and behaviors, definitely everyone plays a part. We can really end poverty and then prevent the mass extinction. It may be looking very different, but it is true. So let me have some understanding on what theme for the 2024 World Environment that has happened June 5th to observe, not celebrate, or I'm saying observing the World Environment Day. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University came forward to organize this webinar observing World Environment Day. So I'm happy to be here with you all as a resource person to talk on World Environment Day. So giving a theme on restoration, ecosystem restoration and sustainability. And the theme gave the land restoration, desertification and drought resilience. We will see some of the slides, what this theme mean about. What is land restoration? We need to understand land is a vital resource. I forgot to bring some slides. Biosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. So these are the 4 spheres here. So in this, land is a lithosphere. Land is a vital resource, produces food. We need to understand. We have studied, so far what is ecosystem and restoration. Here, the World Environment Day, the United Nations declared a theme for 2024, land restoration. So let us understand, land produces food, agriculture, fertility of the soil, preserves forest and biodiversity and all forms of life, facilitating the natural resources, that is water, air, energy, etc., and management of water, air, energy flow, food chains, acts as a carbon store. Let us understand, it acts as a carbon. Even oceans acts as a carbon store, capturing the carbon. Land management is to be well practiced. Let us understand, how are we really managing the land? So do you know, there is many universities, many houses, many organizations, many labs or many companies, many factories, there is untouched land. Nobody touches. It is waste some years. Why don't we take that area of a land producing something? So we need to aim, if there is untouched area, untouched land, any houses or universities or companies or industries, wherever, can we manage that land with some fertility, some plantation? We have lost the soil fertility due to our mismanagement. So now soil, the land, the agriculture, land is not producing anything because we have lost soil fertility. It is due to mismanagement. That means using pesticides, fertilizers. To get more crop, we use more fertilizers, more pesticides, and we lost that fertility of the soil. And it led to the degradation of the land. So that's why when the land is degraded everywhere and not producing any fruit, any plant, anything, any vegetable, nothing, and it is degraded land. And how this degraded land is used nowadays, you will notice that they are making a plots and selling it off because of there is no fertility in that soil. So they are making the plots and sell it off. Where are we going actually? Where this human is going forward? That day you live, or I don't know how to say is, shall we think something different? Shall we change our mindset? Shall we contribute to the planet Earth that we are living, and our own generation are going to live tomorrow, our children. Shall we leave them something fertile for their life? We are finished. Let us stop degrading the land. Let us stop misusing the natural university. So this is what we need to understand. And what do you mean desertification? The process by which land changes into desert. Completely, the land is becoming like a desert because of too much farming activity on land. As I was telling you, by using more pesticides, to get more crop. So too much of farming activity. So that's why that changes into desert because of lot of trees have been cut down. So let us understand what are we doing. Trees helps to prevent desertification. So let us grow trees. If you are finding any untouched area, let us plant trees and prevent desertification. Also providing shade also, right? And then what is the other third word that it is used for World Environment Day theme is drought resilience. I think hope all of you know what do you mean resilient. So it is the ability of people, ecosystem, and businesses to withstand and recover from the effects of prolonged dry condition. Let us understand it's a effect of prolonged dry condition and water shortages. So we are not getting even water underground, groundwater depletion we are seeing. Hope you know all the participants who are here. What is your borewell depth at home or anywhere? Do you know what is the borewell depth? So once upon a time, our parents' generation, they used to have wells, which is only 30 or 50 or maximum 100 feet depth. You get plenty of water in a big well. Now our children, they don't even see. Even my son, he does not know how the well looks, and we have to show the pictures because there are no wells. Completely, we have now bore wells, and even that bore wells depth are 400 feet. Still, we are not finding water. During summer, the bore well dried up, they say. Bore well dry. Huh? Oh my God, first. Dean here is telling he went to 1600. I heard only 1200 feet at Nanakro Maguda, sir. So one of the, because I teach in HRDC. Okay, Amirpet 1600. Oh my God, 1600 feet he's telling. So look at that groundwater depletion. Where are we going? There is no water. So completely desertification. So drought, this is what the drought condition. So water shortage. And it can also refer a system's ability to observe, respond to, recover from drought risks. So resilience is nothing but bouncing back. Actually, if you see the resilience meaning in the dictionary, you will say it's a bouncing back. So it refers the drought resilience, it refers a system's ability to observe ecosystem or any other system, respond to and recover. Shall we work towards this World Environment Day theme? So we need to understand what is that land restoration that we understood, what is the desertification we have learned today, and what do you mean drought resilience? Everywhere you see a dry land. So drought resilience also focuses preparing communities. Yeah, if the communities are coming together, if the colony associations are coming together for future droughts by giving them means to endure, okay, withstand and recover from these events. So shall we understand how to endure, okay, and withstand, recover? So this is what I would like to talk on ecosystem restoration and the World Environment Day topic, land restoration, desertification, and then drought resilience. Now let's go. What is sustainability? Another 15 minutes I can talk on what is sustainability. I have a habit of interacting session, but now I'll just go. What is sustainability? Sustainability means actually my thesis, my research work also on sustainability. I'm being sustainability expert. I would like to go ahead. What is sustainability in general means? It is nothing but coexistence of people and planet. People and planet together in the same environment by living a lifestyle of quality. We have to live a lifestyle of quality with carrying capacity of maintaining health constantly. Oh, I didn't type. For a longer period. Hope you understand. I struggle to get this understanding, definition I made, and I briefed like this. Sustainability means, again, I read it, coexistence of people and planet. We are interacting. See, I'm seeing here, I need air, so I'm using a fan. I need water, so I have some water here, and I have something to eat, and I need some room, right? So the people and planet, resources, okay, together in the same environment, all of us in the same environment, the air, unpolluted air, we have to go when we travel outside and we buy and eat the fruits and all we eat and things. So together in the same matter, living a lifestyle of quality. Are we living quality lifestyle? That is called sustainable lifestyle with the carrying capacity. The moment we go somewhere, అక్కడ నీళ్లు తాగేసాను అందుకనే నాకు కోల్డ్ పట్టేసింది, గొంతు పాడైపోయింది. So there is no carrying capacity. How sensitive we are becoming? Are we having carrying capacity? When we travel, tired అయిపోయింది, కడుపులో తిప్పేసింది, ఇంకేదో అయిపోయింది, వామిటింగ్ అయిపోయింది. So we do not have a carrying capacity. Do we have of maintaining health constantly? So I would like to also type for a longer period. That is called sustainability life. Then what is a definition of sustainable development? United Nations gave this definition. Sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present. Listen carefully. Sustainable development meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So you understand the sustainable developments meeting the needs of the present and also the future generations to meet their own need. Are we doing this? No, we have already completed all the resources. The future generations are unable to meet. Even present generation itself, for the water, we have to buy water bottle. Right? There is no water. Not only water bottle, I would like to say even many houses are getting tankers. Tomorrow, then after 10 years, I would say you are buying not only the drinking water, tomorrow you are going to buy a recycled water to wash your clothes, to clean your vessels. What is this water? Recycled water is nothing but already used water. Already used water in the mains. It is a toilet water. It's a polluted water. It is a drainage water. Are you ready to take bath with that recycled water? But this is the future that we are ready with, that we need to face. So all the future generation is able to meet their own needs. So that is what the sustainable development definitions says like that. Then history, if you see, 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development adopted by the United Nations provides shared blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and planet. So when this sustainable development history and evolution started way back in Stockholm Human Conference, then in 1992 Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So all this sustainability word started when the scientists started observing there is a lot of change happening in the atmosphere and the earth. So lot much is happening. Then they started understanding this sustainable development goals, United Nations agenda for 2030. So made it as a blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and planet now and for future. And we will also see that sustainable development goals adopted by the United Nations. There are 17 number SDGs, and which are an urgent call for action by all the countries. Around 193 countries are adopted, developed and developing nations with the global partnership. Every country, every government, every department will go according to the 17 development goals, sustainable development goals, 17 goals. They will make the policies, laws, schemes based on this. The government works in every department. So how far we know what United Nations brought this sustainable development. So they recognized ending poverty and other deprivation must go hand in hand. Strategies to improve for health and education. What kind of strategies we have started? So now UGC brought very good strategies, very good, made this environment subject as a mandatory subject from the Supreme Court. This made as mandatory. Every from KG to PG or EVS subject they have. If you see first class book also, you see EVS subjects. So everywhere KG to PG and then primary level to university level, this subject is there. EVS subject is. So health and education is very important to reduce inequality and also increase the economic growth. And let us understand the evolution started, the concept of sustainability started in a human environment in June 1972 in Stockholm Conference. So this is the evolution of where sustainability started, Stockholm Conference, and that made huge impact all over the world. So let us understand, this slide is very clear. So I mentioned here SDG 2016 to 2030, that is for 15 years. So already we have crossed so many years. So 6 more years, it is 2024. 6 more years, how far every country is, looking forward to achieve these goals by 2030. And many corporates, many industries are taken very good agreements, coalitions, especially in carbon footprints. How to reduce the carbon footprints. I have shown in this slide above this SDG, there is MDG. MDG is nothing but Millennium Development Goals. So let us understand, by thinking global and acting local, how are we really understanding about the climate change effect. So Sustainable Development Goals are 17 number. These goals are otherwise called global goals. If you are finding an exam question, what are global goals? You can simply write it is nothing but Sustainable Development Goals, also known as global goal. It was adopted by the United Nations member states. So up to 2030, we will really follow this. Every university, every college, every corporate, every industry should follow this Sustainable Development Goals. Every department, governmental department, they will see integrating the Sustainable Development Goals. We will see what are all this thing also. And sustainable development also requires meeting the basic needs of deprived people in this world and extending to all the opportunity to satisfy their aspiration for a better life. So here you see there are 3 pillars under sustainability: social sustainability, environmental sustainability, economic sustainability. These are the 3 pillars of the sustainability, otherwise also called people sustainability, planet sustainability. Other one is profit sustainability, simply say. So they may ask any exam question like this: what do you mean people, planet, and profit sustainability? Is nothing but social sustainability, environment sustainability, and economic sustainability. And you see environmental sustainability, what it is about. If you see this slide, you can see how much industries are polluting with air. So climate change is an infinite one. So it is because of ice is melting so fast, including Himalayas. So the sea level is rising. So let us understand, because of the climate change, which is infinite one. So according to this is a very threatening number, what I'm showing now. According to the United Nations, the index, SDG index and dashboard report of last year, 2023, is assessed countries' progress, that is India's, towards the sustainable development goals. India SDG index rank of India is 122 out of 166 countries. Can you see how far we are? Ours is a developing country. We are very known to whole world. Whole world is concentrating on India. In any strategy, any topic, any department, any factor, any aspect, any cultural, the whole world looks on us, the India. But at SDG index, how far the departments, how far the universities, how far the every individual, corporates, industries are working towards the SDG index. So we are only at 112. Shall we make by 2030, at least shall we reach to below 100, that is 99? So that is my actually dream. By 2030, actually the whole world, United Nations and other major companies are working by 2048. We will make the carbon neutrality, net zero carbon. They are really making pledge, and every corporate, every industry taking a lot of steps on sustainable communities or sustainable cities and so on. So they are taking 25 years, 40 years like that. By the 40 years, at least 50 years, we will come to at least very near to 50 and all. But in this 6 years, because United Nations decade on ecological restoration, 21 to 2030. In this 10 years of the decade of education on ecosystem restoration, let us understand to work out to bring the India rank by 99 or below 100. So SDG agenda and plan of action. So for the sustainable development has 5 P's. That is concentrating on people, prosperity, peace, and partnership and planet. I think I'm running out of the time, so I'm quickly rushing. So it's a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all people and the world by 2030. That is the mission statement. Let us see now what are all the 17 sustainable development goals. I may not elaborate everything, but I'll just read out what are these are talking about. As I said, how we are going to end poverty. So the first goal of the 17 goal is no poverty. Second one is zero hunger. Third, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production also, and climate action, life below water, life on land, that is above land, and peace and justice, strong institution, partnership to achieve the goal. So I would like to ask you, all of you, one thing. Are we anytime concentrating on what is no poverty, what is zero hunger? If these first 2 goals are coming, understanding as equal as the same. No poverty and zero hunger looking same. But why it is divided into no poverty as one goal, zero hunger as another goal, and these 2 are kept majorly as first and second? Do we ever thought of it? Dear participants, let us understand. What do we mean no poverty of the entire world? Entire world, if we observe, poverty is horrible existing. Poverty is at large existing. Do we ever given our heart to think about the poor people? How they are living in a poverty conditions? Always we dream to go. Sorry, who is writing on the screen? Please don't scribble on the screen. Yeah. So let us understand poverty about, and what do you mean zero hunger? Let us understand people are dying with hunger. So actually the statistics talks about only 1 rupee, $1.5 per day people are living. That means in Indian currency, it is 130, 140 rupees, it's coming, it seems. So for 140 rupees, a person is living per day. This is the condition statistics are telling about. That's why the no poverty and zero hunger is placed high first and second goals under the 17 sustainable development goals of United Nations to transfer. So let us see one slide on each sustainable development goals. See, no poverty, it says, this slide shows end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Now you see here, one side you are seeing a slide on global level. At global level, what is the poverty condition? In India, national level, what is this? This slide is showing us. See, there are about 767 million people still live in extreme poverty. So sustainable development goals talking, the first goal of its thing is the no poverty. Second thing, in India, you will see 22% of the population below poverty line. Do we ever give a thought? And 39% children are stunted. What do you mean stunted? And 29% children are underweight. What do we mean that? Where are we going? Where is that, human beings are living? What is their condition in India especially? Extreme poverty means only 130 rupees. And 11% households are headed by women. Let us understand, 11% of households are headed by women means they're single mothers or widows or divorces or etc. Let us understand this poverty reasons. So second thing is zero hunger. Under zero hunger also 288 million undernourished in South India. We need to understand women, 53% of women between 15 to 49 years are anemic. Do we understand why they're anemic? So this is sustainable development goal. Sustainability also speaks on this. They are anemic because of their monthly, sickness. So how many men are understanding on these areas? So this also coming under the sustainability lifestyle. Third thing, good health and well-being. So when we speak on good health and well-being, we always think about the physical health. Where is mental well-being? Where is mental health? If you are mentally not well, you are affected physically, collapse. If you are physically, you're not fit with exercise or something, you are mentally out. So we need to balance the both mental and physical health. That's what UGC comes in NEP on holistic living. They talks about the third one. We need to understand this thing. There are about 19,726 fewer children on each day they are dying, and die before their 5th birthday. That is how even I lost my daughter due to some bronchitis. 5th day. Then when I got my son, I was 5 years. I was holding my son on my shoulders and my chest only, because no doctor can assume, give assurance of this. The 5th birth anniversary, they die before. How many people? Let us understand, because of the malnourished this thing. And I'm quickly going. You have come, I'm finished. So including heart diseases, stroke, cancer, diabetes, chronic lung disease, all this is all about health only. Then fourth one, quality education. I'm just finishing. So many 57 million children are out of school. That's why I think B.R. Ambedkar University is giving a open school method, and they're proud to say that more than 1 lakh students are studying here. That's really overwhelming, this thing. So let us get everyone educated on this. So quality education is very, very important. And 170 million people could be lifted out of poverty if all students learn basic reading skills. So can you justify this statement? If 170 million or people are lifted out of the poverty, if all students are learning the reading skills. So this is such a wonderful statement that you need to justify that so many million. Gender equality, of course, we see 1 in 3 women experience any form of physical, sexual violence in their lifetime. 1 in 3. Dear participant, let us understand the whole world. This is global data. I'm showing this slide. At global, 1 in 3 experiencing some form of physical or sexual violence their lifetime. Now you understand, your mother gone through, your sister's gone through, your wife gone through, your daughter's gone through. So where are we linked? So gender equality is very important. So I'm skipping some of them. I have only 5 minutes, I think so. Then the sixth goal is talking about clean water and sanitation. I think I leave the PPT. I'll just close it. So clean water also, because of no clean water, children are dying with diarrhea because of during rainy seasons. You will see a lot of OP in government hospital. Plenty of children, mothers are there admitted because of the rainy season, because of the water is polluted. Then affordable clean energy. And just closing, finish. And then 8th is decent work. So I'm not talking about. So these are the industry resilience. And then the 10th is reduced. We have seen gender equality there. In 10th goal, we are seeing reduced inequality. There is equality, and here it is inequality. We need to concentrate more on this. And sustainable cities and communities. We need to live healthily, the planet health and people health. So sustainable cities and communities, we need to work a lot on that. So we will see by 2036, out of 10 people will live in cities. That means migration coming from the villages, because everyone getting educated, but they see they want to work and settle in the cities. If that is the case, complete climate collapse you will see in the cities, the urbanization. Shall we make some different understandings, different courses, how they can live in their place and then work, how it is happening? So this need to be really going to work a lot. And responsible consumption and also the production. What is the production? What is the consumption? So we are really wasting most of the 1/3 of the food is waste. So how do we really think about the consumption? So by 2050, the equivalent 3 planets will be required to sustain current lifestyle. Then if that is the consumption, what is the production patterns that we have at global and as well as India to meet the, I think you all know India is now top 1, right, in population. Then how the India need to work? Where is the fertility land restoration? Just now we understand what is the ecosystem, healthy ecosystem we are saying. Then how are we going to really meet the need of the every person of the country? And climate action, you need to see, and life below water, life on land also I'm just skipping because of the no time. And then last two goals, peace and justice strong. Are we living peace with justice? So I talk, most of you talk on social justice, but I come to you, where is climate change? You know how much activities are ill impacting the planet because of our practice misuse resources and overusing the natural resources. Shall we stop it using this thing? So that is what this one. The last goal talks about partnership for the goals. So I'm also inviting for many collaboration work together for the partnership. This I'm so integration of the SDG in all the subject because it is a multidisciplinary subject. So hope you have seen the social, environment, economical, and we need to ability to make the present as well as the future. That is the social development definition. Let's have 3R concept. Stop plastics. Use clothing. Do not take medicines. I was writing no tablets. Never. How can we come out of this? Why are we, why are so many people sugar, BP, thyroid? What is this lifestyle disorders? Shall we change that lifestyle disorders? Then we really have a good mental health with physical and emotional being. And energy management, we need to understand. But first of all, we need to be mindful of everything what we are eating. So then we will come out waste or any sugar. Everyone you see some or the other some diseases. I'm not saying none of us living peaceful without any tension, stress, and finally depression. Why are we going into depression if we are not balanced in our mindset? So be some of the most of the people, if you are emotional, then you are and every life will be not it will be existing in life, not living life. So let us have a positive mindset, eating well. So now the time has come. Today let's take oath because Gandhiji said one thing, be the to see. He also addressed earth provides enough to satisfy every man, not every man's greed. He also said one thing, natural resources like water, air, etc., are not just the inheritance from our forefathers, but we have already borrowed from our children. That's what I'm telling. Even just now, our dean said it is 1400 depth of the. That means we borrowed from our children. It is not just inheritance from others, but getting water from years or water or air or whatnot, even plants and oxygen and everything. But we have borrowed from children. This is the time we have to give them back. Let them live. Our children, let them give healthy lifestyle, good unpolluted air, good water. So we have all come with this restoring the ecosystem restoration and sustainability. Also talk so many small things, small, large and small products improves livelihoods of people. So it also helps regulate disease and reduce the risk of natural disasters. So in fact, restoration can help us really achieve all the sustainable development goals. So all the participants, if you are there, can you take your right hand, put on your heart and say that who are we? We are the last who can make difference. Can you all? I'm not saying compete when we say we are the last generation who can make the difference. Let's take the pledge today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Indira Das, madam. Wonderful talk. Ecosystem. Thank you, Dr. Das.
Thank you, sir.
Ecosystem and sustainability. Sustainable development goals, and there are 17 SDGs, and all we will ensure human life and happiness. And we can ensure our happiness, and by all the ingredients of environmental forces and all that. Now, time has come to invite our coordinator of this program, Professor Madhuri, to propose formal vote of thanks. Professor Madhuri.
It's not visible. I think there is some issue here.
Yeah, ma'am.
Good evening, dear students, and it gives immense pleasure to thank Dr. Indira Das for her extemporal and as well as very elaborative lecture on environment related issues relating to the gender, environment, and climate change as well. It was a holistic approach that she was able to give a bird's eye view, but within 1.5 hours. It's very difficult for us to have that kind of an exposure. First of all, I want to thank Professor Anand Pawar sir, Professor Kiranmai madam, on behalf of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, IIC. How is it okay?
Yes.
Can it?
Yeah.
So on behalf of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, IIC, we profusely thank Dr. Indira Das ma'am for her for very it's kind of umbrella term I cannot use, but it was like about environment and everything that is covering under the umbrella term, climate change. Well, all said and done, it is about personally is political. We can clearly see how environment is related to our lifestyle as well as existence as a human being. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful talk. And on behalf of Ambedkar Open University, IIC, we thank Professor Anand Pawar sir, Professor Kiranmai madam, all the scholars, students from Ambedkar Open University, as well as the experts who have joined here. We thank all the technical and computer section people who accepted and who were there with us for all the webinar for 1.5 hours and who supported us. We thank the registrar and the vice chancellor for this wonderful opportunity to conduct this program, in supporting us for conducting this program. Last but not the least, all the students present here and the scholars for this wonderful opportunity to listen and learn about environment, to have an perspective and to have a what you call it as an awareness about the environment studies. Thank you so much. Once again, we'll be catching you up in another webinar relating to another important topic. Please do watch our Ambedkar Open University website for further programs. Thank you so much.